Hi, I'm Paweł Spychalski and welcome to another video in the INAV from Flash to Flight series. In the previous episode we covered flashing basic configuration, we covered mixer outputs, we covered receivers and modes, and today it's time for the OSD. INAV has one of the most advanced OSD currently available on the open source multi-wii derivative flight controller market. INAV supports both traditional analog OSDs as well as the Pixel from the FrSky and the DJI digital FPV OSD. And on the topic of the digital DJI OSD, it's definitely the most advanced because, for example, it offers you functions like, well, I don't know, displaying warnings and alerts and other configurable elements by reusing the craft name hack. Today we will quickly go through all three of those cases. However, we will concentrate mostly on the DJI version because, well, the drone we are setting up today is equipped with the DJI version. So let's go. Although the detailed OSD configuration in INAV is available in the configurator in the OSD tab, to make sure that your OSD is actually running and you will be able to use it, we have to go to other tabs to ensure that everything is okay. First of those tabs is the ports tab, which you have to correctly configure for both DJI FPV VTX, Air Unit or Cadix Vista, and for FrSky PixelOSD. In both of those cases, you have to assign one of the serial ports. In my case is the serial port 4 for the DJI FPV VTX if you are using the digital HD from the DJI, or FrSky OSD if you have the Pixel FrSky OSD. Of course, you still have to do the manual connection of the serial ports on both the FrSky OSD if this is the external device or just a separate solder to your main board, or of course connect the either Air Unit or Cadix Vista to your flight controller. Like I mentioned, in one of the previous videos, my quad is configured with the DJI version of the video system, so we're gonna leave it at the DJI. You do not have to change the port speed in either of those cases. And comparing to, for example, Betaflight, you do not assign the MSP function. For the DJI, you have to assign the DJI FPV VTX. However, if you have the traditional analog OSD, the character mode OSD, to make sure that your OSD is configured and running, you have to have the feature OSD enabled. Bear in mind, if you have either the Pixel OSD or the digital DJI OSD, you can safely disable the OSD feature. This is the OSD feature only for the character-based analog OSD. And then we can save reboot and we can see what is available in the OSD tab. The first thing that you have to do if you are using traditional analog character-based OSD or the FrSky PixelOSD, you have to upload correct fonts to the OSD chip. Bear in mind, this step is not required for the digital OSD, but for all the analog it is required. So basically you have to choose your font you want to use. You can choose from a series of predefined fonts or choose the file that contains your own font and then just click upload font. Wait for the process to finish, save and reboot. However, because like I mentioned, this is the DJI FPV, the process of uploading the font makes absolutely no sense. After this thing is done, you have basically on the left the list of available OSD elements. Then you can just select and then move into the correct place, and then the OSD chip will display what you want in the place you want. If you hover over the element on the preview, also the element with the toggle will be highlighted over here. So this is kinda useful stuff. Bear in mind, in case of the digital FPV, a lot, basically majority of the OSD elements are not really available. So although you are capable of selecting something and seeing this on the preview, you will not see this thing on your OSD goggles. This is why my advice is for the INAV 3.0 and 3.01, not for 3.1, because 3.1 will have this section completely rearranged, is to have the OSD, to have the DJI goggles powered up and running, and just observe which elements you can put on the screen and which element you cannot put on the screen. Also on the right you will see the series of alarms, and unfortunately one more time, in case of the DJI OSD, most of those alarms will just not work. They are fully operational for the analog OSD and for the FrSky PixelOSD, but not really for the digital one. And finally there is a video format which you can either, but this is relevant only for the analog OSD one more time, you have from auto, PAL or NTSC. And my suggestion is to leave it on auto, because then the OSD chip will try to detect if the camera you have configured is for the PAL or for NTSC and set up the OSD overlay accordingly. However, if you have a problem, for example, the OSD goes out when the camera is powered, or the camera view goes down when the OSD is powered, then verify what you have set on your camera and choose the correct video format over here as well. And that, well, almost covers everything that we can say about the OSD over here, because this is one of the most, well, to be honest, personal items that you can configure, because you have to set up the OSD in a way that you would like to use it, not some bloke on the internet telling you on which side of the screen each element should be. I have my own preference, but I'm not really like pushing this to the public, because this is really up to you to have the elements you want to have on your screen and in the place you want. And only please do remember that elements on the OSD should be easy to access, easily accessible, so you can have the preview of the current situation on your screen all the time. And now finally something here in the left top corner, which is called default layout. INAV offers you in total three alternatives to the default layouts that you can configure however you want. By default, you will always see the default layout. However, you can put only the elements you want in the layout you want. For example, in the layout 1 I would only like to see RSSI and the battery and the voltage, and on the layout 2 I would like to see only, well, let's say only flight mode. Then if I save, then using the modes tab here in the where are you OSD Alt 1, Alt 2 and Alt 3, I can choose which OSD layout will be activated. When none of those three flight modes is activated, is not selected, then the default layout will be used. So right now only the layout default will be, and if I, for example, configure the OSD switch like that on the channel 15, then every time the channel 15 will go into this range, OSD layout 2 will be activated. And finally, on top of that, we have OSD off flight mode, which does exactly what it says. It turns off the OSD, so you do not have any elements overlaid currently on your screen. And that is basically all about the INAV OSD setup. Bear in mind, this is the general tutorial that is intended to give you a general piece of the information of how to make the OSD work, how to set up it in the very generic approach. You and only you are responsible for setting each of the elements in the place where you want this element to be. And really, that's all. Of course, we have not covered all the possible caveats and all the possible changes you might want to do with your INAV OSD. However, I think this is the most basic level of the knowledge. That's all in today's episode, and in the next episode, we're gonna talk a little about the PID tuning and about the final touches you might want to add to your INAV 3 quadcopter or octacopter if you really want to drone.